So what cure evangelism is it's when you enthusiastically suggest a type of cure or a treatment that someone who is ill or having a challenging health situation in some way that they should try or investigate to manage their own health. And this is something that's offered usually very benevolently. Someone who's a friend or a family member is often suggesting something because they really care about that person. But this is almost always not a kind or empathetic thing to do to the person who is ill in some way. What it can communicate to the person who has the health issue is that you are more of an expert than they are. It's fundamentally not empathetic, and it can come off as extremely judgmental. And it can communicate that you're not a safe person to talk about the challenging feelings that they're having about whatever their illness or struggle is. So I can give you an example of this. So with my chronic migraines, this is a chronic condition. This is not something that will ever be fixed. This is a thing that I manage. And there's a lot of other things like this, like anyone with depression can relate to this, or anyone with anxiety or diabetes or any number of chronic conditions that people experience. And often people with these conditions, we are much more of an expert than the caring but misguided loved one is. And when you offer the well-intentioned but misguided advice of, have you tried yoga for this? Or have you tried acupuncture for this? Or I read this article about this vitamin and some study that was done about that effectiveness. What that communicates is that you don't trust us to have already evaluated that. Most of us have already come across this research. And it also communicates that it's not okay for us to be ill, and that in order to be acceptable, we have to fix ourselves and be in a relentless pursuit of fixing ourselves. The much better strategy if you're trying to support someone who has an illness is to take the cues from them about how they'd like to be supported around it. To listen to them about the feelings that they're having and where they're feeling unsupported. Because most people who have chronic illnesses, there's generally somewhere in their life where they are being unsupported, but it's usually not from a lack of suggestions about how they could be better managing their health. You might want to listen to them about the suggestions that they're receiving from other people in their life, because that can be a source of pain. So this is just something to kind of be aware of, because I think many of us receive the message that the way we are most valuable to other people is through giving advice. But I think the way that we are most valuable to the other people in our lives is through our empathy and through our presence. Like, that's really the way that we are most powerfully of service to others.